On September 3, 2025, central Kansas was hit hard by a ferocious hailstorm that left communities picking up the pieces. Picture this: hailstones the size of tennis balls, yes, tennis balls, pounded parts of the region, while other areas dealt with golf ball-sized chunks of ice raining down. It's the kind of storm that makes you wonder how nature can pack such a punch. Homes, cars, and crops took a beating, with shattered windshields and dented vehicles becoming a common sight. The storm didn't stop there. Howling winds tore through, knocking down trees, damaging buildings, and leaving thousands without power. Just one day later, on September 4th, East Tennessee, including Knoxville, faced its own wrath from severe thunderstorms. Talk about Mother Nature working overtime. Let's break this down, because these back-to-back storms are a powerful reminder of how unpredictable and intense weather can be. In Kansas, the heart of the storm targeted central counties, with Marion County getting the worst of it. Hailstones there reached up to 3 inches in diameter. That's bigger than a baseball. McPherson and Sedgwick counties weren't far behind, seeing hail between 2 and nearly 3 inches. Smaller towns like Newton and Salina in Harvey County got slammed with hail up to 2.75 inches, and golf ball-sized hail was reported across many rural areas. It's hard to imagine the sound of all that ice hammering rooftops and cars, isn't it? But the hail was only part of the story. In Wichita, straight-line winds with gusts up to 75 miles per hour added to the chaos. These weren't just breezes. These winds were strong enough to rip siding off homes, tear roofs apart, and uproot trees like they were toothpicks. Heavy rainfall led to flash flooding, turning streets into rivers and disrupting local infrastructure. You can just picture residents trying to navigate blocked roads while dealing with the aftermath of this storm. The damage to vehicles was staggering. Countless cars were left with cracked windshields and dented hoods, looking like they'd been through a war zone. And let's not forget the farmers. In McPherson and Harvey counties, agricultural fields were devastated. Corn and soybean crops were shredded, and some livestock operations reported injuries to animals caught in the open. It's heartbreaking to think about the livelihoods impacted. Farmers work so hard, and in a matter of hours, a storm like this can wipe out entire harvests. This kind of destruction really puts into perspective how vulnerable communities can be to nature's fury. Then, just when you thought the weather might take a break, East Tennessee got hit on September 4th. Knoxville and surrounding areas faced thunderstorms packing 1-inch hail and powerful wind gusts. While not as large as Kansas hail, those storms still caused plenty of trouble: downed trees, property damage, and disruptions to everyday life. It's like the weather was sending a message: no one's getting a free pass this week. These consecutive storms in different parts of the country show just how resilient communities have to be when nature decides to flex its muscles. Honestly, hearing about these storms makes you appreciate the strength of the people in Kansas and Tennessee. Rebuilding after something like this, whether it's fixing a roof, replacing a windshield, or replanting a field, takes grit and determination. It also makes you wonder, are we seeing more of these intense weather events because of climate shifts? Or is this just nature doing what it's always done? Either way, it's a wake-up call to be prepared, because when storms like these hit, they don't hold back. What do you think? Have you ever been through a storm this wild? Let us know in the comments below, and let's keep the conversation going about how communities recover from these kinds of events. Around 5,000 people in Kansas found themselves in the dark when the storm roared through at its peak, with Sedgwick County taking the hardest hit. Imagine flipping the light switch and nothing. That's what thousands of residents were dealing with. Power crews were out there working overtime to get things back up and running, but wow, what a mess. In McPherson County, the storm didn't hold back. School buildings, including the gymnasium at Uriah Christian School, got hammered with roof damage. Picture this: huge hailstones and fierce winds tearing through, leaving schools in such bad shape that they had to shut down the next day just to figure out how to fix everything. Emergency teams were out in full force across the region, clearing debris, helping folks out, and making sure everyone was safe. This storm was a triple threat: huge hail, powerful winds, and even some localized flooding. Oh, and let's not forget the hit to farmers. Agricultural losses were a big deal. Fields got pummeled, and for folks who rely on crops, that's a gut punch. Between the physical damage and the disruption to everyday routines, This storm left a serious mark on Kansas. So, what made this Kansas storm such a beast? According to weather experts, it all comes down to something called discrete supercell thunderstorms. These are like the heavyweights of storms. Think of them as rotating powerhouses in the sky. They've got these intense, spinning updrafts that keep hailstones suspended in the air, letting them grow bigger and bigger before they finally crash down. That's why we saw such massive hail across multiple counties. Meteorologists explained that on September 3rd, the atmosphere was like a perfect recipe for chaos. A mix of instability, moisture, and wind shear. That's basically the trifecta for supercells to form and wreak havoc. The result? Widespread hail and winds that didn't mess around. The internet was buzzing with reactions to this storm. People were posting things like, "Y'all, stay inside. This hail's gonna smash your car." And honestly, they weren't exaggerating. Social media was full of videos showing hail pelting vehicles and folks just in awe of how intense it all was. By the afternoon of September 4th, the weather drama shifted to East Tennessee. Severe thunderstorms rolled into Knoxville and nearby counties, bringing more chaos. While Kansas was still cleaning up, folks in Tennessee were dealing with their own round of stormy weather. In areas like Farragut and Sevierville, reports confirmed hailstones reaching up to 1.5 inches in diameter, with radar indicating wind gusts as strong as 60 miles per hour. // The specific measurements of hail and wind speed emphasized the storm's intensity. These conditions led to fallen tree limbs, causing scattered power outages and debris-covered roads. Heavy rainfall further complicated the situation, triggering localized flooding in low-lying areas. // This detail underscores the multiple threats posed by the storm, from physical damage to infrastructure challenges. While the Tennessee storms were less widespread than a comparable event in Kansas, they still disrupted daily life. Residents faced property damage, downed trees, and traffic interruptions. // Comparing the scale to Kansas provides perspective on the event's severity. The combination of hail, strong winds, and heavy rain highlighted the importance of preparedness and staying informed during severe weather. // This serves as a reminder for communities to stay vigilant. For affected communities, recovery involves both immediate action and long-term planning. In Tennessee, residents in Knoxville and Sevierville are encouraged to document damage, such as photographing affected properties, to support insurance claims. // This practical advice helps guide residents through the recovery process. Common repair needs include tree removal, roof inspections, and gutter repairs due to the 1-inch hail and strong winds. // Specifying repair tasks makes the recovery process tangible for the audience. Local authorities are actively clearing debris and restoring utilities, with emergency services working to ensure roads and essential services are fully operational. // This highlights the role of community response in recovery efforts. Residents are advised to stay updated through local emergency notifications and follow municipal guidance to stay safe during repairs. // This emphasizes the importance of ongoing communication for safety and efficiency. While the Kansas event caused more widespread damage, Tennessee's recovery efforts are equally critical. Residents should remain cautious of secondary damage, such as leaks, while addressing immediate repair needs. // This draws a comparison to Kansas while keeping the focus on Tennessee's unique challenges. By staying proactive and informed, communities can recover effectively and prepare for future weather events. // This concluding statement encourages resilience and preparedness. The National Weather Service's live updates and reports submitted by local communities offer vital insights into how storms affect our areas and help shape strategies for better preparedness. You know, it's fascinating how much we rely on real-time data like this. It's like a window into what's happening on the ground, from wind speeds to flooding risks, and it really helps meteorologists and emergency teams stay one step ahead. For both urban and rural regions, these storms underscore why being ready is non-negotiable when severe weather looms. Think about it. A storm doesn't care if you're in a big city or a small town. It can disrupt lives either way. Early alert systems, staying informed, and taking practical steps like securing homes or finding safe shelter can make a huge difference in reducing damage and speeding up recovery. I mean, just imagine getting a heads up on your phone about a tornado warning. That extra time could be a lifesaver. People are urged to stay connected to weather alerts, safeguard their cars and homes when storms are forecast, and heed advice from local officials. This part always hits home for me because it's so easy to ignore a warning when the skies look calm, but trust me, those precautions are worth it when things take a turn. That wraps up today's weather update. If you found this video useful or learned something new, please give it a thumbs up and share it with friends or family who might benefit. We love bringing you these updates, and your support keeps us going. Drop your thoughts, questions, or even your own storm stories in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching in, and as always, stay vigilant and stay safe out there.